Good day, everybody. It's me again. I just wanted to stop in and say hi. Wish you guys all a very great holiday. Sorry, not holiday. I should say weekend. I'm still wanting to be on a holiday. You know, never getting too many of those days off, right? So today's conversation will be about facts about your 401k. So, did you know that when you contribute to your 401k, it's set that you can only put a certain amount. It's like $18,000 to $17,000 a year is all you can put in there at any given time. But once you turn 50, you can actually add an extra. I know early on in our careers, we try to keep as much money as we possibly can in our paychecks instead of just dropping it into our 401s. But once you turn 50, you can actually play catch up and start putting as much as between 5 and 6 thousand extra a year into your 401k. So that's something you might want to check into if you're, getting up in years and you're at that age and you can do that. That might be something you'll want to do to kind of set yourself up a little better for your golden years or the time that you're going to retire. Another thing to think about is that when you withdraw money, you need to be careful when you withdraw money before the age of 59 and a half in most places. Just check where you're at. You get penalized. It's 10%, and you get penalized. But there are some reasons that you can actually take out money and not get penalized. One reason is if you have unexpected medical bills. You become suddenly ill, a family member comes ill, and you have to pay some medical bills and stuff. One of the other reasons is there's a purchase that you have to buy for a principal home or something. You can actually not have to pay some of that back. Just depends on where you're at. So check into some of those. Also, if you can pay for education for yourself, a spouse, or children is another way that you can withdraw money out of your 401 and not have to pay it back. Again, just check out where you're living so you'll know what it is for where you're at. The other thing, make sure you know the difference between a Roth IRA and a regular IRA. A Roth, you actually have to pay taxes on before the money that's in the account, whereas in a traditional IRA, you don't pay. It's pre-taxed. So just be careful. Make sure you understand the rules and the guidelines for a Roth and for a traditional IRA. Some people don't realize that. And also know that you're paying fees for your 401k. You're paying fees to have that monitored. You're paying fees to the person who's doing the brokerage for that 401k. So be careful. You can check in to find out how much those fees are by getting online into your 401k account if you have access to it through your workplace, and check that out. You can see what some of those fees and things are that you're being charged for those, because you don't see them like an invoice or a bill, but they are actually there. So just keep an eye on that kind of stuff for that. Another thing to think about is vesting. In different jobs, being totally vested, some employers, you can be totally vested when you start right off the bat. Some employers say that you can be vested at 4 years. Some say 8 years. In my current traditional job that I'm in, it used to be you would be totally vested at 4 years. They changed that in 2011 that an employee can be totally vested in 8 years in their establishment. And being totally vested means that you get to draw out your contribution and your employer's contribution. If you're not totally vested, the only contribution you're going to get back when you leave that job is what you've put into it. So be careful if you leave a job and you're not totally vested. Just know that if you're not totally vested, you will only get back the contribution that you put in there. That's pretty typical for most places. Double check, but pretty much that's the going thing right now. Another thing you need to think about is when you need to start taking out that money, and when you can start taking it out. Because if you start taking it out beforehand, you're going to be penalized. Now, you can actually start requesting for it to be taken out at a different date than what they say. So just be careful. Check with your 401k. Check with your HR person. Find out what those things are. That was just some tips today regarding your 401. Just look at it, check at it, see what's going on, and let me know whether that was some good information for you or not. May you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.